So going to the show, do you guys find it like challenging to like kind of keep upping the ante? Like season 1, you kind of just hang around the shop and selling stuff. You guys keep finding ways to kind of take it outside of the shop more and more. Do you find that challenging or fun? Like, what's that process like?
I wouldn't call it challenging because a lot of it is handled. In the beginning of the season, we'll all sit around and try to come up with ideas of who we'd like to see or what we'd like to see done. I do think that taking it out of the store and bringing in people, like Ernie Hudson or Adam West, it makes it so much more interesting for the viewer rather than like I like Pawn Stars, but it's the same exact thing every time. And if they try to go outside that box and get a little like B storyline, it's always like, this is complete bullshit.
Yeah,
like this is ridiculous, and they're not good actors. So to be able to get it, I feel, out of the store and sort of get it, a different surroundings that are visually more interesting after seeing so many episodes in the stash, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. Is there one thing you guys remember from your childhood that you haven't had come to the show that you're waiting for somebody to bring in?
There's probably, remember Color Forms had a line of space figures, men from outer space?
You're talking about the peel things you put down?
No, they were actually like rubber figures. They were super rare. They were super early 70s. No.
Color Form, yes.
Color Forms, we did a line of space creatures that
I do remember.
I would like to see come in. Yeah.
I said it first season, I'm still waiting for the Evel Knievel stunt cycle to come in. Not yet. Right, and I could definitely go on eBay and get it, but I would like to see it come in through the store.
I'm sure Rob Bruce has got 30 in his trunk.
Right, yeah. No doubt.
You'd think with the show you'd be able to get anything coming through the store.
I keep forgetting to request it. Like this year I requested stuff halfway through the season. I was like, oh, that's right, there were a couple things that I wanted. But these guys are, like Walt and Mike especially, are so much better at picking things that are comic related. Everything I pick is like pop culture related and maybe a little bit obscure. But those guys are good at picking stuff.
But you also got to remember, you're picking from a pool of potential buyers who are regionally in the area.
Right.
So that limits, not limits, but like if you have a dream item they want to come in, usually, you'd have to maybe look outside this little corner of the East Coast, New York, New Jersey.
Have you had somebody appear from some weird area that you never, like Alaska or Thailand or something that's just out of the blue because they
on the show?
On the show, or
in real life.
To want to be in real life, yeah.
In real life, yeah. There's people come into the store from all over the world on a daily basis, and they'll bring some really strange. It's not knockoff merchandise, but it's like something that was produced only in their country, and that's pretty cool, like a Spider-Man breath inhaler. Something I had never seen before for kids with asthma from the 70s.
I did like seeing your excitement when like somebody somehow you guys got a hold of Mexican Batman figures a couple years back. Like all the information on the package is wrong, and they're so excited by it. They're like, you don't see this anywhere. I guess aside from Mexico.
What would be the strangest things
on the show?
In general.
Strangest thing,
it never made it to air, but there was a guy who brought in these metal plates, thousands of them, right?
Yeah.
And
they were Jack Kirby daily strips that he had done before getting into, or while early on while he was first breaking into comics. They were newspaper strips, and they were on.
So in the 40s,
they were tiles. Yeah. They were metal tiles of the negative image of what the printing plates, and you couldn't tell it was Jack Kirby art though. It looked like. No, even when you print it, because he did print some and had them on paper for us, and we did it for the show, but it just wasn't that interesting though, and it was kind of dry, but it was interesting that was probably one of the weirdest things. It was definitely, this guy I tracked it down, he had documentation, he did it under a different name though. It was Jack. I don't remember what it was.
And it was like he made a poster with like a picture of the image and then the plate as like a decorative art piece, and then he was selling that. He had so many.
But it was like the concept of like a husband and wife, like almost like a honeymooners kind of thing, where like with ironic little like it was like I don't know who was writing him, but he was drawing it.
Yeah, and whoever was writing him was drunk, because 90% of the time you're like, what does this mean? It made no sense.
Has there ever been something that you really had a gold mine that you see something that turned out to be really valuable? I mean, I've read things
that we didn't know that
comic.
Ming's level of humility.
Which was this?
Was it Ming's level of humility?
I don't know. I mean, between me and Mike, I don't want to toot our horns, but it's hard because I have someone bring something in and be like, I don't know what this is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it has to be, if it's a comic book. I don't know. I mean, and I don't know. I can't recall if anybody ever brought in a comic book that we were like stumped by. We're like, we had no idea where it originated. Or
Comics won out for $3 million. You see it, Ace Flag.
Right.
Have you ever had somebody bring in
and Action Comics, no.
Or anything that, super rare, like that they found in the barn or something?
First appearance, Robin and Detective. Yeah, that's come in. First Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Now, it's the 4th season, and any weird stuff going on, like Bizarro, Crisis on Infinite Comic Book Man. You guys going to try to mix it up this year? Cousin Oliver, Monkey, Baby.
Somebody has a baby.
Yeah, there's actually
Somebody has a baby in the store.
Not delivers a baby in the store.
The baby doesn't do an interview there, right?
No.
Like, Walt, snip the cord.
Somebody trying to say.
Hey, that could be a new attraction to have in the store.
Team up with other show. Oh, that's it.
You keep an EMT on the side.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember that show?
Oh, I remember it.
Now, if you guys reality versus reality shows, anybody you guys could take? Honey Boo Boo, maybe? Mix it up.
Oh yeah, I would think that we could take Honey Boo Boo's. Show, right?
Honey Boo Boo. Yeah.
Her ratings are crazy though.
But not in the ratings department. I just thought you meant.
I thought you meant like we were to fight Honey Boo Boo.
I thought
Like if I got
an ice skating
if I got
off
into
for
a
like
fist fight with Mama June, I could probably beat her ass.
I don't know.
That's true. Yeah.
It might take two of you.
So looking at current pop culture, like right now, we constantly see a resurgence, especially now of interest in comics. Working in that industry, how does that make you feel?
If I worked in the industry, I'd have an answer.
I mean, it can only since we work in a retail store.
Right.
I mean, the fact that it's so now mainstream.
Right.
It's definitely better for the bottom line of comic book stores. I mean, it cannot do anything but help them to have everybody being exposed to superheroes and comic book concepts everywhere you look, in the movies, on TV, video games, online. I mean, if it doesn't branch off and make its way into the retail stores itself, in comic book stores, I mean, it has to, I would think.
I think the movies were most influential in the research because it's so much more mainstream. Most people aren't going to walk into a comic book store, but if they go see a movie with their kid and it's Rocket Raccoon, Guardians of the Galaxy, it's like all of a sudden, there's that comic book store down on Broad Street, so suddenly that person is going to come in. So you multiply that by God knows how many people who may not walk into a comic book store otherwise, and it's...
You going digital yet?
No. Well, I've never.
What's the rarest thing or the most, that personally is most meaningful to you, that you wouldn't sell but it's really rare, valuable, unusual, that you would put a mark on? Like I have a set of the strips of Bucky Ruckus, which I'm hoping you guys know what that is. It's Wally Wood's comic strip that he did. And I have a set of those strips, which I've never seen. I haven't seen a lot of people have.
That you cut out from the paper?
Yeah, cut out
and put into a nice binder. Oh, nice.
Anything that you would think that has a personal meaning, like there's some things I could tell you off the discussion here that I found.
That I own? Personally?
Yeah, that you own, that you would keep, you wouldn't sell, but that means so much to you in the course of that you still will hang on to.
Not really.
Nothing.
Not really.
I probably own about, I don't know, I don't know how many. I mean, I have a massive comic book collection. None of them are worth anything. And, you know, I mean, other than to me. I mean, I really don't have any big key issues. I don't have any Golden Age stuff. I wasn't there at the birth of the Silver Age. But there's not. I mean, almost all of them feel like they're essential to me at this point. So I mean, I don't have no desire to sell anything that I purchased at this
there's
point.
not
Maybe
one
at one point I will.
Piece of memorabilia of any pop culture that.
Well, I guess I could count my Snoopy plush, right?
There you go.
All right. My aunt bought me a Snoopy plush before I was born, so it's older than I am.
Thank you so
That's
much,
what I
guys.
wanted to hear.